It's Gaggle of Geeks. What are you geeking about?
I can't hear a thing.
So, with that being said, you're our guest. What have you been geeking about this week?
This is going to be a bit of a throwback. I'm an original Star Trek fan from back in the day. So I've seen all the original series at least 100 times each. And then I watched Next Gen. I've watched all those at least 50 times each. But I kind of got lost somewhere around Deep Throat 9, and I didn't watch it all. And then Voyager came up and Captain Janeway, blah, 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 and I went, oh, I'm done. And I didn't. And then Enterprise came and that awful theme. I was like, I'm out. So pandemic hits. I'm like, I'm going to get caught up. So I watched all of Deep Space Nine over the course of time. And I was like, oh, that really picked up. I mean, was that 7 seasons?
Maybe.
Something like
Do
that.
you watch Star Trek, Chaz?
I've
Are you out of your
watched it.
depth, John?
Huh?
You're out of your element, Donnie.
That's okay.
No.
We geek on different stuff. But yeah, the last 3 seasons got really good. And then I started to watch Voyager, and I'm liking Voyager a lot. I'm in the 6th season, and it's been consistently pretty good. And I'm surprised because I was so not a fan, but I hadn't really given it a chance.
Yeah.
So I watched, I think like just an episode a night. I'm not trying to like binge it or anything, but it's been a lot of fun to catch up on it. And wow, CGI has come a long way.
Is it a season? Well, is it a series where you can jump in at any point, or is there like a good starting point you'd recommend?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure about that. That might be a question for someone else that's watched it more. I'm literally watching it for the first time, so I don't know if I can step back and do that. But they get lost in space trying to get home. There you go. Yeah. So
So are each season are they chronological? It's like the first Star Trek, and then like the times that they were released, are they relevant to the timeline of the show, or is the show kind of jump everywhere?
I think more or less they are relevant. I mean, it might not be back to back necessarily, but there are some times when they reference something that happened. Oh, we met this, species before, and they're like, okay, we did. So it might not be again real chronological, but yeah, they're more or less in order. I don't know if they're in order of release date on Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming they would be, but I will say this: Voyager is the grossest series so far. They do amazing stuff with makeup. Like every alien is just, and they set Tuvok on fire. Like every other episode, it's disgusting what they do to people in this.
How big of a Star Trek fan are you?
I'm a super fan.
Okay, then you might know this, and we might be able to geek out on something that Chaz. It might even be before your time.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa.
Yeah. Okay. So
Wait, there was
the
stuff
Hilton
before Chaz?
in Las Vegas.
What?
Have you been to the Hilton in Las Vegas?
The Star Trek experience?
Have you been to the Star Trek experience?
I have drank a Warp Core Breach in
Yes.
Quartz Bar.
Ferengi onion rings for the win.
In fact, my sister came out to visit me from Pennsylvania. We went to Vegas. We stayed at the Hilton. And for 2 days, all we did was we woke up, went down to the Star Trek experience until lunch, then had lunch in Quartz Bar, then stayed there all night. We didn't go anywhere else.
This is when Vegas was fun.
Vegas had nothing else
When they
to
were
offer.
like, we're going to give some kids some cool experiences and give adults good experiences too. Watching a Klingon walk around. And, this is kind of funny. We can go into more stuff later, but this is a dad story because my dad took me there. I'm Patrick William Beatty.
Father's
Patrick
Day.
Stewart,
That's
William
the Father's
Shatner,
Day
Beatty.
tie-in right there.
I'm named after the Star Trek captains.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Well, when we were there, this was when the Borg experience was happening. I don't know if that was like a specific thing or if that was
the 4D thing.
Yeah. So the Borgs were walking around. Have you've seen First Contact, right? Star Trek for First Contact.
Probably when I was
Basically
like super baby.
You know what a Borg is?
Basically,
Yeah.
take a vacuum
Yes.
cleaner and just put it on someone's face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Terminators, but with skin.
They had skin to go back in time.
They did.
They wouldn't have done it.
That was a
otherwise.
horrible analogy. But anyway, I would be sent by my dad to go and feed lines to the actors that were dressed up as characters. So like there would be a Klingon walking past and he would coax me, he would whisper something and I'd run up to the guy and go, "Today is a good day to die," and like look at him. And I didn't know what I was doing, but it worked well. Got us free food and stuff.
No, I loved it.
The ride. This was the first Galaxy's Edge ride. No,
Do
would you
mean,
agree?
Do you mean the shuttle ride or the Borg ride?
The whole experience where you're put into a ship
Yeah.
Like you are literally transported onto the Enterprise.
You're walking
the same way
around
that you
the
do with
bridge.
Galaxy's Edge.
Of the Enterprise D, I guess that would be.
Mhm.
Anyway, so you're on the bridge, and then something happens to the bridge. You have to get into a shuttle and get off. And so you're in the shuttle thing that does this, and the big screen is what you're seeing the Enterprise
Like Star
fight.
Tours.
Yeah, and all that. And it was really pretty cool. But the 4D one, the Borg attack, you're in the chair a lot like this. And when they do this on the screen, something in the chair pokes you in the side, and there was spray, remember? And
yeah,
it was pretty cool for the time. This is a while ago.
I really wish exactly. I wish they brought stuff back like this. You know, movie specific experiences. That's not necessarily something that you need to get at Universal Studios. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. No.
I want the Ramada Inn to have a flash ride.
Guys, this is all over my head.
All right.
So,
by the way, did you hear about the? We could talk about. Do you have the Flash news?
Well, I was
drop
gonna
today?
say, tying into with Father's Day real quick. My dad's a
Please.
huge Star Trek fan.
And that was what I'm geeking about.
Yeah.
So please tell us what you were.
No.
geeking about.
I mean, he's a huge Star Trek fan, and so like hearing you guys talk about this is really like memories because like he
You're
used to
like,
watch it when I was like super young, you know. No, but I remember my first Star Trek movie in the theater that I recall
Which
was Nemesis, which is probably
I'm
the
sorry.
I know.
The Tom Hardy
so
one?
Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
am you Picard.
Wow.
But me being young, I
Hey,
liked it. You
Tom
know?
Hardy, though.
So I've been trying to watch the originals on Netflix.
You mean the original series or the original movies?
The original series.
Oh,
I want
okay.
to watch them in chronological order, like when they came out. Like
There's
that.
only 79 of them. You can do it in like a couple days.
I know, and so I'm tempted to do it. I think I'm like on episode 5 of the first season, and I watched the first pilot where it wasn't
Episode 5. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
of the first but I mean Netflix has the pilot that's not even
The one they
what's
actually
this
showed.
bucket yeah. So it's been fun. It's just memories, you know.
No, it's super
So-
cool. I'd love to watch the old ones and go, yes, that was special
Atlantis
effects at
ride.
the
Do you
time.
remember the Atlantis ride?
What?
Remember the Atlantis ride in Vegas?
No.
There's a full Atlantis ride where you're put in a ship and you're in Atlantis. That's a sudden squeak.
And a
squeaky.
sudden Atlantic squeak.
If they say that our video is too choppy, don't cut too many times. I'm wondering if maybe the cuts is.
Did you set
Letting it
did you
program
set
too
the
much.
shutter speeds right?
Yep, they're all at the right thing.
Okay.
Maybe not the main camera, but the other should be good. With that said, what is that where you're geeking out?
Yeah.
Original series stuff. Good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I
I'm
like
liking it.
Well, let us know what you guys are geeking about. Send your stuff over to gaggleofgeekshow@gmail.com.